Well, this is where it's going to be. This will be on the tractor. We stick one of these little plastic wear band washers on there. And this big piece here, let me set the camera down a minute so I can set it on there. And that'll go on like that. That'll go on it just like that. And probably need to turn this around. It should go like that. Then once I get this bushing here cut out, it just slide down inside that hole there. Slide down that hole. Then I drop one of these on. This would be threaded, so I screw my nut on. Get my nut on it. Then my nut will be round. It won't have much like a stop sign here. It'll just be round. It'll have little holes drilled in it, you know, going in about 1/4 deep. That'd be like a spanner wrench so I could turn it and tighten it. Once I get it turned, I'm going to have holes drilled all the way through it with 5/16, probably 4 of them. 5/16 screws, Allen head screws, that have the little plastic piece on the end of it. So it'll run right into the threads and keep this nut here tight. Then the tractor can just wobble back and forth like that. Then I will make me you see how this end's much higher? I'll make me a stop point, go up here somewhere, for this to run into. So it'll just be a stop point. Same way over here, I'll make a stop point, this to run into. So it ain't like this thing can flip on over and the whole ass end flip over. I'm gonna make it where it only goes so far. It's gonna go pretty daggum far. I don't think it needs to go that far, but that's a long ways. I mean, that's a long ways right there by itself. Anyway, that's where we at. We're slowly getting somewhere with it, slowly. One day we're gonna get there. And mill that piece out of the middle of this 2.5 inch thick piece of. I gotta cut it out to a 2 to 1.5 inches. I mean 6 1/8. Right now I'm gonna cut it out 6 inches. We ain't got no lathes. We ain't got no milling machine. Well, we moved the milling machine. We moved the lathe. This no longer is going to be one of the machine rooms. This is the old machine room out here in the shop. We got a new one over. Well, I never showed you that. Let me show you the one. I'll show you the new machine room. It's on the other side of the building over here. This building right here is a new machine room. And this one in here is another machine room that we always had a long time. This is where he does these tail rotor blades on. He has to bore these holes through the spar for these crane helicopter blades, I think what for the tail rotors. But now we got another machine room in here. I built this. I added on this building here from this corner all the way to that end down there. And so we had to cut a hole in the wall right here to get the forklift in here. Because we miscounted, we thought the forklift fit up under here. This door we wouldn't. So now we got a mill machine here. We got a mill machine down there. And there's the hole we're cutting the door. And I wired all this. I put all this conduit in around here. Wired it up. There's some more of them tail rotor blades he's got to do. But this is the lathe you usually see me working on. We ain't got this room set up yet. This thing's still on, got it on wheel. We rolled in here. And I got it set up, the 4-jaw chuck, the Nightmare chuck in here. This is the piece here I'm cutting out. I already started cutting it. See where I'm cutting the holes out? I'll rotate this thing. I'm going to cut this center out when I get through. I'm going to chuck it back up in the lathe. Then I'm going to cut this to 6 1/8. Or 6 1/4, excuse me, to 6 1/4. I'm going to cut this out too. All right, let me get busy. We already started doing it, but here's the first hole. Oh, we're going to set the camera now. I'm going to do all these holes, and I'll get back with you sometime later. Well, that's my last hole right there. I started on this probably about 4 o'clock. So it took me a little while. I still got to take it out and take the jigsaw and connect the dots. Finish cutting that piece out of the middle. Then I got to chuck it up in the lathe and turn it out to 6 1/4. That'd be my next mode. Well, I took it over and got the jigsaw. You can see where I cut each hole all around, except through that one and through that one. So I got to try to mill that out. Somehow I messed up on my drilling on the back. I think my drill bit walked a little bit. But we're going to try to mill that out. We'll mill halfway, flip over, mill the other half. From the way it looks, I got 2 more holes I got to jigsaw through. All right, there's one. Only got 1 more right here, I'm hoping. 2 more. Not too big. So we're going to see if we can't get through them right quick. I just seen it move. There we go. There we go. Looks like a geared on it. Whew, that's hot. You can see where I milled that on both sides to get that part out. Where I messed up at. But there she go. We got it. Now we need to stick this back in the milling machine. Put this in the milling machine and take all this out to 6 1/4. We'll have it. Let's go see what time it is. I don't know what time I started drilling these out. And plus having to mill a few places out, then doing the jigsaw twice. But here it is, 6:45. I don't know if I started at 4 o'clock or 4:30. Anyway, I'm gonna chuck this in the lathe. I'm gonna go home. It's late. It's Saturday evening, and I come out in the morning and finish it. So we're gonna chuck it up and get out of here. Now we're gonna turn it on and see if it's straight. Now we gotta turn the power on. Looks pretty straight to me. It's off a little bit, but I don't care. We got quite a bit we got to take out of it. We'll straighten it up. So there she goes. It is Sunday morning, about 9:30, and we're getting ready to cut this to 6 1/4. Now I got this cutter in backwards just to get this thing lined up, and it's pretty well lined up. I'll be off a little bit. I don't think it'd be enough to hurt it. All right, we're gonna put our boring bar in. We're gonna start boring this thing so we get it cleaned up, get it to 6 1/4. All right, we're making our first pass through here now. Well, it's getting better and better. We ain't made it 6 1/4 yet, so we're in the good. Time when it clears out, we still won't be 6 1/4. I'm good. I'm good. Pretty close. It's about a 1/16 inch off. But that's all right. The hole ain't got to be exactly dead center. It ain't gonna know the difference. Now, it's just got to keep cutting and get 6 1/4, and we have it. This is about my last cut right here. I'm so close, it's pathetic. I mean, super close. All right, we got her done. She's at just a hair over 6 1/2, not much, but that's beautiful. Give me just a little bit of slack. That's all I need, right, a little bit of slack. So that's looking good there. It's not quite center. You can see this part here is a little thicker than this part, so it doesn't make no matter. I mean, when this goes in, when I weld my pieces only here and here, and I have to weld my other one according to this. So this is still being dead nut center, and that's all that counts. And the rest of it don't matter. That's it right there. She's looking good. I'm going to take her out of there. Now I got to take and turn this down. This is a little bit bigger, 6 1/2. So I got to turn it down. Well, that'll fit in there. Once I turn this down, will it fit in there? I'm not no machinist. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm a wannabe. I got to figure a way I can cut this, give me an 1/8 inch sleeve out of this. If I just get an 1/8 inch sleeve out of this, that's all I need. So I'm going to chuck this up in the lathe. I'm going to chuck this in the lathe. I'm going to turn this part back down so I can put this part here in the lathe so I can turn this part back down to this to fit this. Then I have to work on, figure how I'm going to cut a little slice out of that. There's the time. Time is passing on pretty quick. Well, I made one little pass with this Teflon to clean it up, and that piece went on there. So what I got to do now, I got to cut that piece as wide as this. So somehow I got to get up on here and cut this. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, so we'll figure out something. I know machinists, y'all got a way of doing it. I'm not a machinist. I'm learning as I go, so don't knock me. Oh, we got that faced off, got it cleaned up on the end. There's a little place right there, but don't worry about it. And we just got to fix some kind of tool to cut. Let me see, I had something I was going to grind up. Where'd that thing go? Oh, let's see. Where did it go? I had something. Let me stop the camera, I'll find it, look for it. Well, I'm going to take this bolt. This bolt is a hell of a lot harder than that plastic. I'm going to cut this bolt down something like a 1/4 inch. And I'm going to leave just the tip of it, maybe 1/4 inch. Then I'm going to turn the rest of it down under 1/4 inch. Then I'm going to square it up and make a cutting tool out of it. Machinist, don't tear me down. I know this ain't the way to go, but it's the way I'm going to do it. It's the only way I know, so I'm going to do it. Well, I cut this out. This is the same thickness until it gets to right here, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So that's the end I want my cutter on. So as that passes by, just a little part won't hit it. That's the theory. So let's go grind this up and see what we can do. Well, you know, you can't take a candle and cut wood. But you could take plastic, whittle on wood a little bit. So why not take this mild steel to cut on plastic? So that's what we're going to find out. That should be able to cut it. I don't know why. I'm going to file the top right there a little sharp. So let's stick it there and try it. That's what the tip looks like. But there we go. I couldn't see it. But that's what the tip looks like. So we're going to try it. I don't know if it's work or not. So we're going to try it. I got to put my piece back in the lathe. Let me put that back in there. And I'll turn it back on, show you if it works. Well, I cut that hole right there to see what it'd do. It done pretty good. So I need to move my table over and get it right. Not table, but whatever we call this thing. Move it over and get it right. And I got to have an 1/8 of an inch left on the ends. Somewhere 1/8 of an inch is what I got to have. Just have no problem facing that end off. I see I need to pick it up some. That's what I wanted to find out. A little low. But it's cutting good though. I wonder if I should fool with it. I'm going to bring it up some. Alright, we're going to start off a little big with it. Boy, that's raining. Bunch of stuff. And I'm going to stop this camera and start pinching what I'm doing. Because I can't do this and do this camera too. Alright. We'll get back. Well, I just poked that thing in all the way up to right the front of my nail, about right in there. That's plenty deep enough. There's nothing left but a little thin piece of material there. And I hope it's going to work. Roll the edge over. I wonder why the edge is rolled over. Oh, I know why. Never mind. We'll turn it so we can't foul that off. All right, now we got the pardon tool in there. See if we can't cut it. There she goes. Now, the question is it going to work? That's the question. Now, I cut that a little bit too big. So I cut this hole in the middle a little smaller. So that should just fall in there, no problem. Now this should go in there tight as hell. I hope it ain't too tight. That's tight, but it might be too damn tight. And ain't no way I can thin it up. Once I made it, I made it. That's $60 worth of. That's $60 what it cost me. Just material to make that. So if I screw up, I screwed up $60. It's going on a lot better now. Hope it ain't too tight once it's on there. Let's just see if there's other piece going on now. All right, let's see what's going to happen. Whew. It's going to be tight. Too tight. Too tight. When I say too tight, I mean too tight. Man, it's too tight. All right, let me figure out what I'm going to do. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take this back off, pull this off, and I'm going to pull this part of the housing, of the bearing housing out. I'm going to chuck this in the lathe. I'm going to put this on there where it needs to be. Then I'm going to take and turn some down a little bit to make it fit on there. But I think I'm going to go have break time. Go sit down a little bit. It's almost 1:30. I already had my I took a 30-minute lunch break, so I'm going up top. I don't know how I'm going to stay up there, but we'll be back. Well, I'm back from a break. I've already knocked this on there. It ain't too tight. It's a little snug. But I'm going to take off maybe a thou off of it, or half a thousand. We're going to chuck it in the lathe and take this out. And we're going to turn that joker down just a little bit so it won't be so tight and it goes on there. So we could take this out now. We don't need it. That was $60 right there. $60. So I wound up with one little bit of $60 Teflon bearing bushing, what you call it, wear pad, whatever you want to call it. 1/8 thick. So it's 6 1/4. Well, it's a little over 1/8, a little over 6 1/4. Probably it's metric right now. But we're going to unmetricize it. That should fit right over. It's fitting too tight. So we're going to take some off of it. Took a little bit off. And that's perfect right there. That is beautiful. There's my wiring. That's where it's trying to go and twist back and forth. This be the back end. Go over a hill, go over a lump. That's how it's going to twist. All righty, we got that done, so good. What I'm doing now is these bolts. You see how they're bigger than the, you see how it's hitting the edge of that, making it hitting it? Well, I'm cutting the heads a little smaller so they won't overlap. So that's what we're doing. I already done 2 of them. There's 2 of them there, so I'm going to do, well, I already done 3, I think. Yeah, 3. And I got 2 more to do after this. Well, that's the last one. Now what I can do now is countersink these holes. I'm going to countersink them to these screws here just fit flush in it. I want them to fit flush. All right, there's all the screws countersunk. Just what I wanted. And that's the way it's supposed to look with the screws countersink. They all countersink. Allen heads supposed to be countersink. So if they're socket heads, you countersink them.